Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leena. If you're new, I make fashion, beauty, and lifestyle videos, and I would love for you guys to stick around, so please subscribe if you're not already. Today's video I thought was super important for me to make, and I'm so excited to be doing this today. We're going to be talking about what colors you should wear that will complement your skin tone. This is especially important for us hijabis because the colors that we wear around our face can really make us look either radiant and glowing or kind of like dull and sick and just not our best. So I'm really excited to be teaching you guys what colors look good on you, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. Before I get any further, I just want to let you guys know that there are no rules. You can wear whatever color you want at the end of the day. These tips that I'm going to give you are just kind of guidelines that in general will complement your skin tone the best based on your undertone. But if you feel beautiful in a certain color that doesn't fit into your undertone category, then wear the color. Honestly, there are no rules, and if you feel beautiful, that's all that matters at the end of the day. So in general, there are 3 different undertones that we may have in our skin. So there's warm, cool, and neutral. This doesn't necessarily mean how light or dark you are. You could be very deep skinned and also a cool toned. You could also be light skinned and have a warm undertone. Wearing colors that complement your skin tone is really going to make you look radiant and glowing and just make you look like alive and your best. And this applies to everything from hijabs to your clothing to your makeup, like your lipstick color, your eyeshadow color, even your foundation, like finding your right foundation undertone color. So the first thing that you have to do in order to figure out what colors work best for your skin tone is to figure out what your undertone is. So there are a few ways that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how to figure out your undertone. One way to figure this out is the vein test. So you look at your veins on your wrist, and if they look more blue, then you're more of a cool undertone, and if they look more green, then you're more of a warm undertone. And if you can't really tell if they look green or blue, then you're more of like a neutral. Another way to figure out your undertone is to find out what kind of jewelry complements your skin tone the best. So if you usually reach for gold jewelry, then that most likely means that you have a warm undertone. And if you feel like silver jewelry complements your skin tone the best, then that most likely means that you are a cool undertone. If you feel like you can rock both silver and gold, then that most likely means that you are a neutral. The third way you can figure out if you are cool or warm is to figure out what kind of neutrals look best on you. So if you're the type of person that feels like black and like a pure white and grays look best on you in like cool tone colors, then that most likely means you have a cool undertone. And if you usually go for more of like a beige or an ivory or camels and like warmer shades for your neutrals, then that most likely means that you have a warm undertone. The last tip that I have for you in finding your undertone is how does your skin react to the sun? So usually someone with a cool undertone, they will turn pink in the sun and they will kind of burn a little bit, and then someone with a warm undertone will usually either tan or have like a golden glow. So someone with an olive complexion also kind of goes into the warm category. So I originally thought that I had a warm undertone, which I still think I do lean a little bit more warm, but after doing all this research I found out that I'm actually a neutral. So I do lean a little bit more warm, so that's why I do like wearing like warmer shades around my face with my hijab. So if any of you guys are neutral, you guys are very lucky, because that means that you can pretty much wear any color. So hopefully now that you know your undertone, I know it can be really hard sometimes to figure out your undertone, especially if you're neutral and you're just like, I don't know if I'm like cool or warm or what, but hopefully now that you know, we're gonna figure out what shades look best on your specific undertone. I'm gonna go through the warm, cool, and neutral category and let you guys know what complements your skin tone the best. So if you have a warm undertone or a little bit of olive in your skin, that means that you're going to be wanting to wear warmer shades in your clothing, in your hijabs, in your makeup. So with reds, you're going to want them to be a little bit more of that orangey red, just a little bit more of like a warmer red. For greens, you kind of want to lean towards like the pistachios and like the olive greens, nothing too cool. Blues are going to be really tricky with a warm skin tone because obviously blue is a cool tone. So if you do wear blue, something like a turquoise or something with a little bit of hint of green in it is just going to be a little bit more flattering. Now let's get into the neutrals that work best on warmer skin. So for whites, you definitely want them to be more of like that ivory or like something with a little bit more creaminess to it. Anything stark white is going to be really hard for a warm tone to pull off. Taupes, camels, blush pink with a hint of peach in it because you definitely want to have that warmth in there. Colors that are tricky for warm undertones to pull off are anything icy, anything blue, anything pastel. Those are going to be really, really tricky for you to pull off. I would say if you want to wear those colors, try wearing them further away from your face, wear them in an accessory, in a shoe, so that it doesn't take away from your glow. So I wanted to share with you guys some hijab colors that would work well for warm tone skin. These colors on camera are not showing up true to what they are in real life. It's making me really sad because I've worked really hard on like putting these colors together, but I'm just going to explain to you what they are, and that way you can get just like a little bit better idea. I have some beautiful warm camel, like warmer toned brown shades that would be beautiful on warm skin. These two shades in the middle are both kind of like a blush pink, but they both have a hint of peach in them. So this is just a little bit darker peachy pink, and this is like a really light peachy pink. Any blush pinks that you wear as a warm tone skin girl, you definitely just want to make sure it has that hint of peach in there just to bring that warmth out into your face. This is a creamy white or like an ivory color. You just want to make sure that any whites that you wear have that little bit of creaminess or like warmth to it. And then this is an example of a green that would look beautiful on a warm undertone. It's an olive green with just a little bit more warmth in there. Moving on to colors that work best on cool undertones. So with reds, again, you just want to make sure that they are a little bit more cool. So you want to do like a true red. Actually, I've read several places that true reds actually look good on all skin tones, but especially on cool tones since they do have a little bit more blue in it. For pinks, you want to make sure that it's more of like a rosy pink or a pastel pink, nothing that has too much peach in it at all. Blue is a cool tone, so blues look beautiful on cool tone skin, especially like a royal blue that would look absolutely beautiful. For greens, you want to make sure they're a little bit more cool tones, so something like an emerald green would look absolutely beautiful on cool undertones. Okay, so now getting into the neutrals that look best on cool undertones. So pastels, they may not all be neutral, but pastels look beautiful on cool undertones. Whites and blacks look absolutely beautiful. Any gray is going to be absolutely beautiful on cool undertones. Mauve is a pink that has a little bit more gray in it, so it's a beautiful neutral for cool undertones. Colors that are going to be tricky for cool undertones to pull off is anything warm, anything yellow, anything orange, anything like that. You definitely want to just stay away from, especially in your hijab. Anything that's skin tone or kind of like that nude color is going to be a little bit trickier for cool undertones to pull off. So if you want to wear a nude, you want it to pull a little bit more of a gray, so kind of like a grayish tone. So here's some examples of colors that look beautiful on cool skin tones. So we have stark black, we have a stark white, and we have our gray tone, so a darker gray and a lighter gray. Here in this section, I have all of the blush pinks, but they have that coolness to it, so they have a cool undertone. I have a pastel pink right here. In this section, I have some mauves. So mauves are like pinks with a little bit of purple and a little bit of gray in them. So anything with a little bit of gray hue to them will look beautiful on cool undertones. This right here is an example of a nude color with a little bit of gray in it. So I feel like this would work well on cool undertones. If you're looking for a nude hijab, I would just try to find one with a little bit more of a gray tint to it. The colors that look best on neutral undertone is actually neutral colors, which whenever I read this, I was just like, how did I not know that I was a neutral undertone? Like, of course I am, because all I wear are neutrals. So the colors that work best for neutral undertones are any neutrals, so that being like blush pink, dusty rose, nude, like a beige, camels. Since I do lean a little bit more warm, I do try to stick to with more of the warmer neutrals, so like a blush pink that has a little bit more peach in it, or like a camel color. So you just kind of have to figure out which way you lean, and then you can kind of go from there. From what I read online, there's not really any colors that neutral skin tones should stay away from, which is super, super lucky. Like I said before, if you guys like wearing specific colors that do not fall into your specific undertone category, do not worry, wear whatever you feel most beautiful in. These tips should just be taken with a grain of salt and are just kind of like general rules for dressing for your skin tone. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and got some inspiration and some tips. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also please let me know what you want to see next. I'm really hoping to plan a lot more fashion content this year, and I have a bunch of fashion videos coming up. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!